So we're doing something a little bit different today. Again, this time I asked one of my friends, Golly, which happened to be Canadian, to do a traditional recipe swap with me. So I got the recipe from Golly. We're making a meat pie. I am not going to attempt the French name because I don't know how to pronounce French, unfortunately.
Hi everyone, I'm Holly from By Golly Miss Holly, and for my recipe, for the recipe swap collaboration, I present Tourtiere. Tourtiere is a traditional French-Canadian meat pie recipe, and the first recorded instance we have of this is from an 1840s cookbook called La Cuisinière Canadienne. When I was doing some research about this recipe, I wanted to see if there were any particular special occasions or reasons why one would create this. And I was able to find that Christmas Eve was often the traditional day to serve tourtière. But it's very loose, and really in the original cookbook there's no mention about any specific occasions. The reason why I think Christmas Eve extends more broadly to Canada's foodways as a whole. Most of our year is cold and winter. And so having something that really is primarily meat-based with dried herbs and potatoes, which are very stable, makes sense to have in the dead of winter. You would usually have access to all of those ingredients. Traditional tourtière also is a combination of different meats. So you could have various game meats and livestock meats combined. Pork and beef are what's the most common now, but you could also have venison, duck, boar, and so on and so forth. So basically the idea is use what you have. And if you're hunting in the middle of winter, it would be very easy for you to have access to these ingredients. And of course, Canadian history and Canada in general is a very multicultural country, so a lot of our foodways and foods that we eat here come from different countries and have throughout basically all of our history. If you look at historical cooking up to a certain date, I want to say possibly around 1900 or so, the main influences that you see are Indigenous foodways, French, and English. So this being a French-Canadian recipe, of course, really does rely on our own foodways here. So there you have it, a bit of history about this particular meal, and I hope you enjoy.
Before we start, I want to apologize if there is a lot of background noise in this video, because I'm filming in my kitchen and unfortunately my refrigerator, happened to malfunction a little bit recently and gets pretty noisy at times. Yeah. Also, I'm making a Canadian dish on my channel, but I gave a recipe for a very popular Polish dish to Golly, and she's going to attempt that one. So if you like this video, go check out Golly's video. Even if you don't like this video, go check out hers, because I think she's a little bit better at cooking than me. So, okay, so the dough has a few ingredients. No, wait. Is it integrant? No, that sounds weird. Sounds like I'm messing up a letter or two. Anyways, this dough seems to be pretty simple. Let's add the 2 cups of flour. I think mine is bleached. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I have unbleached flour. But I'm just gonna work with whatever I have. The thing with North American recipes is that for some reason you guys decided to actually measure what a teaspoon is instead of using an actual teaspoon. I don't have those kind of measuring cups, and honestly, getting out a big measuring cup to measure things like half a teaspoon is ridiculous, and I don't even think I would be able to do that. I don't even think the grid starts so low. So I'm just going to use an actual teaspoon like we do in Poland and in Polish recipes, and hope for the best. So let's add half a teaspoon of salt. Now, this is the broken fridge I was talking about. I'm sorry for the fridge, I really am. I have only one kitchen, I can't exactly change this. Okay, so we have... How much butter? 2/3 of a cup. My butter is in pieces, so I kind of will just guess how much that will be. Are you going? It's like a cup. That could be like 1/3. That was a bad idea. Well, you're gonna add that. I think I messed up. No. Please don't do this to me. I don't think we even need all of this, but I'm supposed to cut in butter and mix it. And that is what I'm going to do. Okay, so I think this is a rough and crumbly texture, so now I have to add water, ice cold water to be specific, and continue on mixing. Okay, I don't think this is supposed to be that sticky, so I'm just going to fix it by adding a bit more flour, I think. I think we should leave it like that right now. Worst case scenario, because before I actually use it, I will add even more flour. Cool. So this goes to the fridge. Okay, so while the dough is chilling in the fridge, I'm gonna work on the filling. So we're starting off with, I had to wash 2 potatoes, cut them and boil them. The thing is, nowhere in the recipe is mentioned to remove the potato skin. And I am not sure whether this is the actual thing I have to do. As in, I wash the potatoes, but I think I am going to peel them either way, because I don't think you leave the skin on mashed potatoes. We at least don't do this in Poland. So I think I would rather not have the skin, even if I am supposed to have the skin, than have the skin when I'm not actually supposed to. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. So we have our potatoes, and now they're peeled. Okay, so now that the potatoes are chopped, let's throw them in there. Salt this a little bit and boil them. That should be good. Okay, so now I'm supposed to add some finely chopped onion and grinded garlic on the frying pan. I don't have any kind of small mixer. I could grind 1 clove of garlic in, so I, instead of just finely chopped it like the onion. I don't know if this will change much. I don't think so, because it still goes on the frying pan. But yeah, let's add this in. And I'm supposed to keep this on the frying pan until it's soft, and then add all the meat. So, time lapse time. Okay, so now that the meat is pretty much ready, it's time to season it. So I need half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground cloves. Cloves. I cannot speak today, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I do not have that. Turns out cloves is a not very commonly used seasoning in Poland, and not all stores carry it. And unfortunately, the 2 stores I've been to did not carry it, so we have to skip that one. Next is, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. That I think is 1/4. What else? Pepper, just 1/8 of a teaspoon is like nothing. I'm not even, no, I'm just gonna use, I'm not even putting this on a spoon. That's just, this should be good. 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. What kind of pepper? I have sweet pepper. Is that it? It's supposed to be spicy. Well, the only pepper I have is the sweet one. So it's 1/8 of a, that's, it doesn't matter, even if that was supposed to be a different kind of pepper. We're doing sweet, why not? That's what I have. That's just a little bit more maybe. That's gonna be, I'm just eyeing this at this point, because using an actual teaspoon, I'm not that precise. Okay, and half of a teaspoon of thyme. Okay, that's all the season. Did I salt? Did I salt it? I think I did salt it. Well, the jar of salt is here. I think I did solve it. I'm gonna try it when it cools down either way. So we need water from the potatoes. And let's mix it. So there goes another time lapse, I guess. Okay, so meanwhile, I mashed the potatoes, and I guess we're adding this now to the meat. Okay, now that the filling is done, I'm going to take care of the dough and do a voiceover because it's that hour when I have to let my family in the kitchen. So I'm gonna do that. Before I go, I did actually taste the filling already and it tastes really good right now, so I hope I didn't mess up the pie crust. Okay, so now that both the filling and the dough are ready, it's time to actually form this pie. So I split my dough in half and rolled out both the parts. Now I don't have a pie mold because I don't think people eat pies anywhere aside from America and maybe Britain, so we can't even buy regular pie molds here. And the only thing close to it was very shallow, so instead I got this round cake mold, and we kind of have to hope for the best. So I placed everything in the mold. Thankfully all the filling fit, and for the top crust I decided to just go with this kind of basket looking thing. Because this mold is a bit taller than the actual amount of filling, I guess, I had to put all the extra dough in the mold instead of kind of sticking to the outside. But I think it should work either way. I also covered the dough in egg glaze. And now it's pretty much time to put this in the oven. I already preheated the oven, so that's okay. I think it was at 205 Celsius. And now we just kind of have to wait, I guess. It's done. Yay. Okay, let's cut into this. Oh, hey. Okay, I'm gonna get this on a plate real quick. It fell apart a little bit, but I think that's just because this is the first piece cut from the pie. So let's try this. It's really good. It's very well seasoned. Great. Thanks for watching then. I guess we had mission accomplished. Bye.